That'll speed up the process later on, so we don't have to figure out who goes first and who goes second in the warm-up exercises I have set up for you guys. There is also a sticker with a photo, with a camera. So one of you guys will be the cameraman, the photo guy for your particular table, right? So just someone with an iPhone or with a smartphone, pick the sticker, put it on, and then you are the designated photographer for your specific table, right? And then there is the other batch with, sorry? Should be, sure. Smartphone, sorry. There is the last batch, which is like a watch. So you will be the timekeeper later on in the process. So choose your timekeeper at the table. It shouldn't be the same guy as the photographer, right? Okay? Good. By the way, of course, like, share, post, tweet, whatever it is. Here are the groups. So it is this hashtag for Twitter. There is this Facebook group, and there's also our Meetup group where you can just shoot in and post pictures and everything. All right. So before we start with the actual what's to come, so this is me. On the one hand, I'm one of the 2 agile coaches here for Stylight. And on the other hand, I run this Lego Serious Play Meetup just because I love the method, right? That's why I'm here. So this is a little bit of my personal life. So I'm happily married and have a little daughter. I'm a photographer, hobby, of course, rock climber and diver, and I do love the Baltic Sea. That's basically it for me. Don't want to bother you with that. But we're here at Stylight. We're here at the Stylight headquarters. So what is Stylight? Well, this is our mission. We want to make style happen. We don't want to tell you what the style is, but we want you to make style happen. And this is basically, we do this with a shoppable inspiration, which is a search engine for fashion and lifestyle. And on the other hand, we founded, beginning of last year, our own German fashion magazine and lifestyle magazine on the internet. And we will just roll it out to the rest of the world now. And we are operating globally from this headquarter. We only have 2 sales offices, one in the UK and London and one in New York in the US. But all the magic happens within this building, right? This is how we started. So it all started in 2008 with our 4 founders, and now we are around 220 employees, spread over the world, sitting here, most of the guys, and then some in the US and some in, no, don't want us, here we are, and some in London. All right, so much for the company. So what is Lego Serious Play? Well, here is my elevator pitch for it. So it's a facilitated method for groups to solve the really hard problems. So it's not made for the easy ones, but for the hard things. And the cool thing about Lego Serious Play is that the problems and possible solutions become tangible in the process. So everything that is kind of in the back of your head comes to the table and is manifested in a model that you can actually touch and you can actually play with. This is the cool thing. Why is that important? Because there it is. Change does not happen when you just see and understand, but you have to feel it. You have to see and feel it, and then change will evolve, right? Lego Serious Play is a bunch of theories and methodologies, and it's all glued together by a trained facilitator. And now you may ask, okay, where are the bricks? Well, the bricks are just the catalyst for the whole process. It's not about Lego, it's about the process, and we're using Lego bricks to facilitate this process, right? There are some standard applications for Lego series play that you learn when you get trained in the method. One is called real-time identity for you. It's exactly what it says. So here I am. Who am I? Where do I want to go? What might be a good path for it, right? The second is the real-time strategy for the team building. We as a team, how shall we work together? What are our strategies? What are our goals? And then the next level is real-time strategy for the enterprise, which is the real big one. Like, okay, we want to found a company. What can we do? What is our value stream? Where is our money? What are influencing factors and stuff? And to that, Lego Serious Play is just as the bricks themselves, so you can just mix and match, and a trained facilitator can just build nice workshops around your specific problem, right? So it's not only these 3 standard applications, but a bunch of applications to solve problems. I have a workshop example. I always take this example because the pictures are nice and bright. So these are students from the CDTM that we had here at Starlight, and they made a project for us. And the challenge was they haven't worked together before. So like 5 random people, never met before, just on the campus saying hello, but never worked together. And they had a very, very fuzzy project from us. We just said, okay, do some cool stuff that makes a buzz out there. That was it. Now go and create something cool. So what did we do? First of all, some skill building. So this is a process that you will go through later on as well. So skill building is basically, how does Lego work, right? How do these things fit together? What can I do with the Lego bricks? After that, we built individual models answering these questions, right? Who am I? Where do I want to go? And then we combined all this in a shared model where the team said, okay, we as a team, what is our goal? Where do we want to go together, right? And this part is called team identity, and it takes 2 to 3 hours. And after these 2 to 3 hours, all these questions are answered and tangible on the table as a Lego model you can play with, right? And the most important part is the last bullet point here, the common understanding of the project and the product and the team and everything else, right? After that, we build a landscape. So, okay, we're not isolated from the rest of the world. So what else is there? What are influencing factors to our product, to our team, maybe? Then we connected all this, like, okay, nice. Now we have a system. How does it all play together? Like, what influences what and why? And then we played emergences. Like, what happens if? What if this had happened? What did that do? What would that do to our model, to our team, right? And we can this several times and also until total devastation. And this is the cool part about Lego. So when you have your model set up and you play your emergence, you play your what ifs, then you can just hit the reset button and like, okay, we understand what happens here, but next scenario, you just press the reset button, you rebuild your model, and it works because it's Lego. You can just stick the pieces together again, and you have the same model to play with, right? Try this with a bunch of clay on the table. Does not work, right? And the end of everything, we have simple guiding principles derived, right? So these simple guiding principles are really just very, very short bullet points all the participants can somehow connect with what they learned, right? And because it's only for the participants, I wrote the little translation on the right-hand side, right? So these were the simple guiding principles of this particular group, and the meaning on the other side. All right, cool. Do I have you in that state already? Good. So these are typical meetings, right, in our business environment. So kind of 20% participation, 80% of the time, one guy in the front telling a story and whatever it is, and you are maybe listening, but some will just play with their phones, right? I mean, there's an email to check. The girl on the right-hand side here with a laptop, well, there is some real work to do, right? We're just sitting here in the meeting, and why should I? I mean, I have real work to do, so she's doing stuff on a laptop. And the girl in the back, well, she don't know why she's there, right? She does not know why she's there, and maybe she's just a leftover from the last meeting. Bad luck. Now I show you a picture how a lean-in meeting with Lego Serious Play looks like. This is also an actual picture from here at Starlight. This is where the infrastructure team and the HR team figured out how they want to work together in the future. So this is, I don't know, 1.5 years ago when I started here at Starlight, we set up this workshop. And as you can see, everyone is involved in building this shared model. So there's no one just leaning back and watching from the back, but everyone is involved in creating their common, their shared future, right? That was the last slide. Now we come to the real deal. But before that, some information. So we need to go through some warm-ups, right? So you need to learn how Lego works, how the process works. This will be rather fast-paced, so it'll really like you have 30 seconds to do this and that. And it'll be always building and sharing. So we build something, you share the story that is behind that, and then we move on, right? It will be always like this back and forth. You will have some countdown clocks on there, on the screen. And also, I will tell you when each round is over. Two things, because this is really fast-paced, that means please be precise and to the point, right? So don't like tell a big story that we don't see in the model, right? So you build a story that is in the model, that is represented in your model, and you only talk about the model and the story that you see, that we all can see in this model, right? Last but not least, will you please stop doing whatever you do when I need the attention of the whole room? Yeah? Cool with you? Okay. So first, please unpack your bags. So these are all identical bags with identical bricks, all identical sets. And look at the part a little bit and see what's in there. Just for the records. All right. So your first challenge is to build a dog. A dog. But only with 4 bricks. So pick 4 bricks and build a dog, and do this very quickly. You only have about 30 seconds for this. So quickly. dogs out of 4 bricks. Four. Some 7 seconds maybe? Quickly. If you're done, show your dogs, like hold them up in the air. All right, time's up. Everybody got a dog? So look around you, look at the dogs of the other guys. Are there any similar dogs? Do you spot the same dog somewhere? Let me take a look here. Nice. Cool. That's clearly a dog. Cool. Nice. And again, I have never ever seen a dog like a second time. So they all look different, and they all look different to all the dogs I've seen before. And I've done this exercise with 4 or 5 bigger groups in the last year, so quite nice. Why is that? Because, I mean, we all know what a dog is, right? But still, because our minds, our brains do not work the same way, we all build another picture of a dog, right? But still, we all recognize each and every model as a dog, and this is important. All right, thanks for that. So this is how LEGO Serious Play and workshops with LEGO Serious Play work. So this is basically the LEGO Serious Play etiquette. So the model that you build is the answer to the question or challenge I, as your facilitator, pose, right? There are no wrong answers, never ever. And I think, actually, this one is really important, like think with your hands and trust your hands, because they actually know more than your conscious mind does. Because basically, our consciousness is somewhere here in the prefrontal cortex, and when we use our hands, we're using our motor cortex, which is like a bigger part of our brain, and it's also quite tightly connected to our memory. So whenever we use our body to do something, we are more likely to access things we have already learned, and also we are more likely to put the things we are just doing into our memory so that we can recall it later on. All right? Next thing, listen with your eyes and ears. So whenever someone tells a story, just look at the model and try to understand what's behind each and every model part, right? And also it helps for you guys when you tell the story that you point at the different model parts so that everyone can just see and understand, right? Last but not least, if you build, you have the right to tell your story, right? Okay, next quick exercise. So please deconstruct your dog after you've taken some pictures, of course, if you like. And then very, very quickly pick 5 random bricks and assemble them as you like. 5 random bricks. Please do not use the minifig, because the minifig would be 3 parts already and it would be kind of cheating. All right? Got your 5 bricks assembled? Cool. So what happens now is a little exercise, warm-up exercise. We're still in the warm-up. This is not the real deal yet, right? Is called Explain This. So the idea is story making, storytelling and story making. And definitely practicing creative thinking just helps in the whole Lego serious play process. The other thing to keep in mind is that you give your model a meaning, right? So it's your meaning that you put on your model that you built. And you can give each and every brick any meaning you like, because we would know after we have heard your story, okay? And of course, you don't have to be a sophisticated Lego builder, right? Because of that. So some examples, what I mean with that. I have here some bricks, so 4 totally different non-related bricks, as you can see, right? And the left one just means polar bear. And I mean, it's clearly a polar bear, right? And then we have another brick that represents good health. Maybe the third one represents democracy. And because I like cake, the last one is, of course, cake. All right? Another example. Again, 4 totally non-related bricks. One of those bricks is Sweden, because of the red houses with the white windows, right? So it's clearly Sweden. The next is just an ambulance. Damn it. And the other is kind of a roadblock and represents danger. And of course, again, cake. Okay? So that's what I mean. Again, what I just told you is show and tell. So when you tell your story on your model, then just point to the different parts of the model that you're just mentioning in your story, right? Okay, now comes the hard part. It's about story making. Number 1 in each group, so we just go around the table now. Number 1 in your group, your model has a meaning. Definitely, you just don't know it yet. Your model has a meaning, and you have 20 seconds now to explain that your model actually means my best friend. So tell the story to the rest of your group why this is your best friend. Your 20 seconds are up. It's hard to put this all in 20 seconds. So, who was your number 1 here? Nice! So you wanna tell to the world why this is your best friend? Cool.
So my best friend, she just came back from study abroad, and she has kind of no idea where her future is going. She's looking at her future, wide eyes, standing at the edge of it, and she's also grown very much in the past year, hence the little plant, the wide eyes, standing at the edge of this little ladder.
Nice. All right, thank you. Cool. Okay, so the number 2 in all your teams, so I shall put the models on the big screen, right, so that you all can, okay. I try to do this. Okay, number 2 of the team. Your model actually means space travel. Your time's up. So, who wants to tell the space travel thing? Are you cool? All right. So here's your mic.
That's very easy because I built
Wait a sec, I need to see it.
a little spaceship.
No.
So
Okay.
I can explain very easy that is a spaceship traveling to the air with a new technology called propeller and fly there and close to the moon.
All right. Thank you. Perfect. So, oh, wait a sec. I need to just press here and then it should go on. Haha. That we had already? No. All right. So, number 3 in the group. Your model actually means what I dream of. 20 seconds. And your time's up. All right? So, number 4 of the group. Number 4 of the group. Are you done? All right, number 4 of your group. Your model actually means marriage. Time's up again. Time's up again. All right, quickly, because we're still in the warm-up phase, right? We want to come to the real deal. Number 5 of your group. Your model actually means paranoia. All right, time's up again. Time's up again. So you had great fun? Cool. Perfect. Last but not least, the 6th person in your group. Your model actually means government. And time's up again. All right. So now we're done with our first warm-up tasks. We're still not done yet. But before we go on with the next warm-up task, I want to give you a little more ideas of what I mean with metaphors, right? And building with metaphors. So I have some here. So, for example, This thing here on the left could stand for a decision to make, right? To go down one path where you need to build some bridges first to come to your desired goal. And maybe the goal in the back of the picture is more like the easy going, right? Then we have this guy taking the next step, whatever it is, in his career, up the ladder, I don't know. And obviously he has some gut feeling here and a good 360-degree view, right? This guy here has a smart idea and has a great overview, but his feet are just too small to get things done, so he's not empowered to actually do it, right? For example. Or this little tree here, maybe it just stands for growth, right? So this is the idea. Whatever you have in your mind, you build it using metaphors, and you're telling the story with metaphorics. Okay? Cool. So for the next exercise, you got 2 minutes. And I want you to imagine a boss from hell. What are the character traits of a boss from hell? Right? So 2 minutes to build a model that represents a boss from hell. 2 minutes. I love the silence in the room when everyone is building Lego. This is just nice. All right. While you're building, so you still have some seconds left, think of the story you want to tell. So what are character traits of your boss from hell? What is he like, he or she? Has this happened to you? I don't know. All right. So last bricks, please, because time's up. And then we will just go around the table, and you're gonna explain to the rest of the group your boss from hell. And I need one volunteer to tell the whole group his or her boss from hell. So who's number one in the group? And who wants to share with us the boss from hell? Yeah, Peter? Peter's jumping in, thank you. All right, so I try to A, hold the microphone, and B, the camera, all right?
So my boss from hell has a head full of bad ideas, red things, believing in theory X and things like that. And of course he's wielding some flaming whip or club to make other people do the things as he believes they should be done. And he has really massive legs and boots and stamping everything which is in his way, and doing some really top-down decision making and not allowing things to grow up wherever he stands.
All right, thank you. Cool. So, please, when you hear the stories of the bosses from hell, please look at the guy who's telling the story, and if you see something like, yeah, you see my boss does this and that, and then he also like, well, wait a sec, this is not lean in, right? Because we want to see each and everything in the story has to be in the model and vice versa, right? So if it's not in the model, it's not in your story. If it's not in your story, it's not in the model, okay? All right, so 1 minute max for the number one of each team to explain the boss from hell. When you heard the story, you can of course ask questions on the model. All right, time's up. So, number 2 on your table. Before we start with number 2 again, you can ask questions on the model, right? So if you don't understand why this or that brick is in there and what's the meaning of this and that brick, just ask the question after the story is finished, right? Okay, so number 2, your boss from hell. All right, time's up. So, next in the group, number 3, your boss from hell. And 1 minute to tell. And again, the 1 minute is up. So next in the group will be number 4. Are you ready? So number 4. Are you done? Right. All right, number 4, 1 minute. And again, your boss from hell. So, number 5 in your group. And again, the 1 minute is over. So, number 6 person in your group, your picture of a boss from hell. Last. And again, the minute is up. So, thank you everyone. This was the warm-up. So that was the warm-up. Guys, attention. Can I have your attention so we can move on rather quickly? So that was just the warm-up of the whole process. You just learned how Lego works again. How to build metaphors and how to tell and make stories on Lego models, right? Now we come to the real deal. So I said in the invite that I want your collective brain to figure out what is interesting for this particular meetup group, right? So how shall we go on with this group in 2016? So I like you to join a little time travel with me. So just imagine we are in January 2017 now, right? So the question is, the thing is, 2017, we look back at 2016 and we had a great year in this Lego Serious Play meetup group here in Munich. So the question really is, what have we done in 2016, right? And what have we learned is also important. And the next thing is, what have we done differently compared to 2015? So I'd like you to take about 4 minutes to build a model that represents, in retrospect, from looking from 2017 to 2016, what have we done in this Lego Serious Play meetup group? What have we learned? And what have we done differently compared to 2015? All right? So, no, it's you build on your own. So everybody builds a individual model first, and what we do after that, after sharing the stories, we're gonna create a shared model, right, on each table. All right? So about 4 minutes. Now I need the timekeeper on every table to just start the stopwatch or timer. Right? Cool. So just build the model individually that represents these 3 questions or answers to these 3 questions. A tip from my side, don't hold a meeting with yourself, just build, because your hands definitely know more than your conscious mind. And as you have seen, the story just comes automatically, right? while you're building, make a test run in your head of your story. So does your model cover all those three questions? Does your model cover what have we done in 2016? What have we learned in 2016? And what have we done differently compared to 2015? Timekeepers, what's your time? So I hear some alarms, and on my watch as well, the 4 minutes are over. Okay, so you know what will happen now? I mean, the process is always the same. I have posed the question, you have built a model as an answer to that question. Now it's on you to explain what you have built to the rest of your group, right? And again, it's on you timekeepers now to keep a good pace on your table. So you have as a group now 6 minutes to explain your models to each other. And the timekeepers should kind of look and listen so that you're really just focused on your model. So again, what's in your story is in your model. What's in your model is in the story. And if someone diverts from the model, just raise your hand and say, wait a sec, where can I see it in the model? And then we should be fine so that you can share all your stories in 6 minutes on a table. Okay? So, timers start now. Explain your model. The LSP Munich Group in 2016. So when you are done, it's important to keep your models intact. So don't disassemble them, please. Keep your models. All right. When you are all done now, let's combine all your models into a single shared model, right? So per table, we will combine all your thoughts into one model. So you have about 6 minutes time to negotiate all your different ideas and thoughts into one model that has to fit on one of those base plates, right? So this is the challenge now. And of course, new ideas are welcome. So when you in the course of negotiating what goes into the model and what does not go into the model, and you come up with a new idea, just build it, put it on the plate, and make it your shared story. So at the end of this exercise, after you have combined everything into one model, you will tell the story of your shared model, right? So yeah, the same questions, but kind of a solution or a model and a story of you guys as a team, right? Not an individual story, but everything goes in there. So it's same questions, right? Because you have your models at hand, right? And when new ideas come up, just build them, put them in. You can take parts and thoughts of your model. What I don't like is if you just take each and every model and just put it on the base plate. This is not the idea. But the idea, of course, the idea and thoughts of your models should go onto this base plate. Is 6 minutes a little too tough, or is it? Yeah? All right, cool. So, timekeepers, start your clocks. So as a reminder, I just put on the 3 questions again, right? So what have we done in 2016 as the LEGO Serious Play Munich Group? What have we learned? And what have we done differently compared to 2015?
And we need a milestone in the middle and on the end. This should be a basic, and then we can fill it.
One side will be the beginning, and the other side is 2007.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just build. Not so much discussions. It's Lego. Just build it. I mean, and see how it feels. And if it feels right, then it's okay. If it feels wrong, then well, take it apart again. This is what I call collective building. Nice. Again, while you're building, check your story. Check if all the 3 questions are answered in your combined shared model. All right, timekeepers, how are we doing? All right. So guys, I need your attention again. I know it's difficult once Lego is on the table. Just to make things easier for you in telling the shared story on video live on YouTube, I have put some post-its on your table. So take some minutes to write down the different meanings of your different model parts and just stick them next to the model, so it's easier for the person telling the story to remember what was all in the model. Right? Okay? Cool? All right? 1 minute? Okay. While you're writing down your bullet points and putting them next to the model, maybe you figure out who will take the part in telling the story on tape. Okay, are you done? The meaning as a reminder put down on post-its next to the model, capturing the meaning of it. Okay. So, who in team 1 wants to tell the story by showing and telling what's in the model? Very brave, thank you. So here's your mic. And again, show and tell, and I try to follow you with this.
Can they interfere and help me in terms of
Sure, if so. You as a team, this is a team effort, so you can always jump in for help. All right, so
Okay.
show and tell.
So we have organized everything on a timeline. Here we start with the New Year's Eve super party, marking the start of 2016. And we start basically as individuals, as single people working with our problems. But then we connect, thanks to this group, we connect to with other people, and we get to know each other, we exchange ideas, and we build bridges, which is represented here. We also advocate a lot. We talk about our experience here and the growth and the connections we make, because we also want other people to benefit from it. And this is the part we're basically doing differently compared to 2015. So we raise the awareness about this methodology. Then here we will basically discuss real life problems from the members' lives, and then we help each other solve the problems. And we have here a ladder basically representing or reflecting how we personally grow from it and benefit from it. At the end, reach a very high level, as you can see here, or a high growth, represented by or based on learning from different backgrounds. And here you see different colors that have contributed, and the connections, the bridges over here, the different perspectives we learned from. And this here is a sort of helicopter that will bring us higher and higher with even greater speed. And And what we managed to do, and maybe the biggest achievement, is that we got out of the box, and here it is the part that symbolizes being out of the box, so basically out of the square where we were supposed to be.
Nice. Something to add?
Oh, and the big party is here. We celebrated, of course.
At the end of
We
2016.
shouldn't forget.
Nice. Thank you. A big round of applause, please. Cool. Now let's move on to the next table. Who's going to tell the story? Diane. Perfect. All right, and I try to follow you with the camera. And again, show and tell.
All right, we also have a linear theme to our model. We start here in no man's land, where none of us was part of this group in 2015. So we came only in the beginning of 2016. We have no history. All right, we are looking at the different results from building the same bridges. So bridges were a big theme for our aims for 2016. So we built different types of bridges leading to different milestones. We've learned different things along the way. There's always different ways to answer the questions. We have a few pitfalls, perhaps. So not all models can answer the question. We could have a model that leads down to nowhere. We sometimes lose focus and end up on a detour outside of the direction that we are meant to be going. But by working together, we can all end up at the same goal, where we are working as one team. We've achieved our milestones through serious play, and we have direction looking forward into 2017, where we're all celebrating, taking a photograph of our achievements.
All right, you guys have something to add? Cool. Again, a big round of applause, please.
Okay, so kind of the same idea as the first group. We start on the other side though. We have the New Year's party, we have pizza and beer and chaos in some of our heads, a lot of questions. And so we all came to this meetup where a lot of individuals with different ideas that came to the meetup. And here during 2016, we learned how to build on our ideas when we come first time in 2016 also. Like a serious play to actually solve the questions that maybe some of the participants also brought to the meeting. So it's kind of forming a path that enlightens us. Here the guy with the light on his head. Here those bricks on the side stand for different things. First of all, we learned how to structure our questions, but it could also mean that we had some distractions, like the group before, like we took some sideways, and also that, yeah, maybe we took different path than the direct one. What we did differently than in 2015 is that at some point, some of the participants actually took over responsibilities, saying maybe facilitating part of the workshop or bringing in ideas or just supporting you with facilitating the group. And we also learned how to work as one and how to teamwork. So we're individuals, but we're spinning in the same direction. And the result of it is that we've always had fun. So the flower stands for fun. And we've created a lot of creative ideas. We've reached our goals. We've broadened our horizons. We sometimes look like a chicken, but that's okay. We're all enlightened. And we can also see things from different perspectives.
All right, something to add? If not, again, applause, please. Thank you. Oh, many ideas in here. Oh, wait a sec.
So this represent half the board is like 15, and the rest, the second half, is 16. So this is how we kind of started here with the groups. These little bricks here representing members. There were a few members joining initially, and then as we went over to 16, the number of members and the diversity of them changed. The members with this little thing on their head is kind of the loyal members. They've been all the way with us, and they've also passed this bridge of helping and supporting the meetup, the group. Also, these bricks represent the events themselves. So as you can see, as we go ahead, the meetups become more regular. And we also, along the way, managed to get support of sponsors. These are supports from different directions, helping the group. Important thing that we did manage to actually overcome and increase was the knowledge base. So where is our knowledge base? Actually, here, this is a little bit of a knowledge that we gathered in 2015, but as we went along the way, thanks to our members, so the knowledge base has increased, and there's a sort of direction going forward. This is our platform now. So it's a platform. The Meetup is like a platform to learn, collaborate, and take off for the future. So it's the direction of future going. Did I miss anything? This part of it this is another meetup. So it's another board here representing a different meetup supporting us along the way. We also have, what's that? The big conference. The big conference. This was the big conference. This is an industry speaker, and that's the conference. So and the flag represents a turning point for the group in 2016. And this guy here is is a headless one running away from the group unhappily. Yeah, that's rather all about it, is it? Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you again. And again, applause, please. So, last but not least, many ideas in here, many post-its.
Many ideas. So we were able to combine all of our ideas together into one, which was really great. So we start here where there are where we're coming all from different paths, but as you can see, we're all going towards one common goal. So throughout the path, we always remember to set milestones for ourselves and remembering our successes. And then through the path, it may be a little dangerous, but we're still going. And we have one motivator that's always leading us forward. That's Torsten. That is Torsten, sorry. Yep, that's you. And then there's more milestones that we set for ourselves. And you can see from the flowers here and here that we're really learning to respect ourselves and to always grow within our limits. And throughout the journey, it may still be unstable a bit, but we're still moving forward. And there's an eye here to remember to look at the past and to learn from your mistakes and see how much you've grown and come since the past. And again, you're setting milestones for yourselves, no matter how small it is. And towards the end, you're always moving forward. And this is supposed to represent Munich. So we have the Siegestor and the Frauenkirche here. So our goal is to make a better Munich through Lego with our motivator, Torsten. Yeah, very nice. Thanks.
Something to add to the model. All right. Thank you. Again, big round of applause. All right. I will end this recording soon. So I hope that I could show you today that Lego Serious Play and Play Your Future with Lego Serious Play is just a very fun way of tackling hard problems, and it's definitely brain friendly and you really work with your hands. So again, thank you for being here in this nice Stylight office. Thank you again to Stylight for having us here and hosting us here. And I'll just stop the recording, but we'll be around for a beer and some questions, of course. Thanks.